usually statements, excuse me, sorry, can you?
Yes, that's all right.
Yeah. So laws are usually statements, say if you don't do A, these are the provisions and stuff like that. And to avoid ambiguities where people will say, oh, we didn't know this or we didn't understand this part of the law. That's the whole essence of having the guides, which is the General Implementation and Applications Directive. And even at the level of the EU, with the EU GDPR, they have articles which are the law, and the reciters, which are like explanatory notes to the GDPR. And the same thing that we are doing here, that the Act, the Nigerian Temperature Act, signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the 12th of June 2023. What we have done is now to have explanatory notes of each of the sections of the law, stating the implications of the statement that have been written in the law. And usually when you do that, it's always better as part of our rule-making process. What we usually do is that when we issue any regulation, any instruments, we subject it to review by our stakeholders. And we did the first one in Lagos on the 19th of June this year. So this is the second one that we're doing to ensure that everybody is involved in whatever we're doing. So by the time the document is out, we all see that our document, because we'll be able to make our own input to what we are doing. So it's just an extension of the law, explanatory notes on the Nigerian Temperature Act 2023.
From the experience in Lagos, you're having another event here today. So going forward, what will be the addition to what happened in Lagos?
What we've collected, the inputs that we received when we did this in Lagos, we're also going to collect this and now do a thorough review of the original draft, incorporating the views of our stakeholders to ensure that we cover, although we have more than 100, 200 views about issues. So we look at the relevance of the inputs and the value that such inputs will add to the document that we're trying to prepare. Because the most important thing that after producing the document, if it is released as our own guide in Nigeria, it should get to anywhere and be able to stand tall. That this is something that is credible, that we can use in Nigeria and any part of the world.
Can you mention the major challenge you envisage and how you plan to overcome it to ensure the desired destination?
Is it for the commission or?
Yes, for this particular project.
No, yes. The whole thing is about awareness, for people to know what we have in the law, to know what they should do and what they should not do. And if you look at the ecosystem, the data privacy ecosystem in Nigeria is still evolving. We just started about 3 years ago. And we can't compare ourselves to other countries that have started 10, 15, 20 years ago. So it's still new, and that is why it's really important to create awareness as much as we can to ensure that everybody understands what we have in the law. So there is no ambiguity at all. That's the most important thing.
So how would you ensure compliance?
Say again?
How would you ensure compliance?
What we've done, like our model in Nigeria, which is unique to us, and the number one model across the globe, we have a PPP model. We have licensed some experts, some professionals in data privacy and protection. We call them data protection compliance organizations in Nigeria. We've licensed about 194 of them. What they do is to go around organizations, private sectors, organizations, private sector organizations, to take them through compliance in terms of crafting their privacy policies, in terms of creating awareness within the organizations, in terms of letting them know their obligations under the law, and also carrying out DPI, data protection impact assessment, training their staff. And usually they register them with us and submit their annual audit report to the commission. With this, we'll know the level of compliance.
What about penalties, sir?
Penalties are huge for non-compliance. If you don't comply, there are penalties which can range from 10 million naira, even up to 2% of your gross earning for the previous year. But our approach has been creating awareness, let people know what we are supposed to be doing. And most of the breaches that we have treated, we look at the level of the breach, the impact of the breach, the number of data soldiers affected, and the level of cooperation of the organization that is involved. Without being able to use every remediation fee. Since we started, the only time that we used a major penalty was yesterday on Fidelity Bank. We issued a fine of about 555 million to Fidelity Bank that they have to pay because there were some observed breaches. I will be working with them since 2023, April 2023, when we started the investigation. By the time we finalized, we became arrogant, so we decided to issue a full penalty on them. which is about 0.1% of their gross earning for 2023.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Down.